Hey guys, today is the day. I have had the Rivian since June of last year. This is the end of March, so almost 9 months, and I have only used my garage charger here in my garage. And today we are going to drive down to one of two Rivian Adventure Network fast chargers. Basically their supercharger network. Here it is on the map right here. It's about 80 to 90 miles away. Alright, we've made it here. These things are bigger in real life than I was expecting, I guess. Also, so these are the opposite of Tesla chargers. So with these ones, you pull in forward and then you back out when you're done. And also, that is not actually a blinking light. That is just because it's an LED, and the refresh rate is not the same as my camera, so the light is flashing. So, let's see how this goes. This one is free. And it's kind of put in sideways here. It's got a little U-bracket that keeps it inside there. Push button release. Oh, I guess I have to... I've never taken that flap down before. Okay, it's really hard to twist this. Oh man, I can't believe people want this to be the standard. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see what the car says. Oh, I'm gonna push it up a little bit. Just a moment still. Oh, I heard something click. Starting. Charging, and it's green. Okay. So in here it tells you miles per hour, when it ends, the number of miles you have. I don't see it showing how fast, but it does show that up here. It's saying how much I've gotten, how fast I'm going, how long I have to go. 12 minutes. I don't know why it only says 12 minutes. But wow, okay. I got up to 198 kilowatts. That's pretty good. Wow. Already 1.5 kilowatt hours. That is so fast. 13 minutes to go, so now it's a little higher. I don't know what it means to go. There's no way it would charge my battery in 13 minutes. Ugh, so I have the limit set at 85%, so maybe it's... okay, now the estimate is saying 21 miles, which it is reflecting up there. So I do kind of like that it has some sort of display up there, even though I'm sure that makes these chargers more expensive to put in. But anyway, it is kind of cool to be able to see up there. I don't know if that's needed or not. Alright, so I started, and I forgot what percentage I was at. Was I at 28%, I think? Something like that? Yeah. So it's estimating this as about 400, so at 200 kilowatts roughly, it's 430 miles per hour. So that's pretty good. I've been averaging about 1.5 to, I don't know, maybe 1.6 miles per kilowatt hour. Not the greatest efficiency, partly because it was freeway speeds, there's been some wind, and it's also raining. So there's a number of things that are detracting from that. But yeah, so far good experience. Oh, and now I'm up to 210 kilowatts. This is now a record for how fast I've ever charged. Because the Tesla that I have is 2018, and it doesn't go up to 250. But yeah, that's pretty good. So from what I've heard is these can charge really fast, and then the Rivians do bottleneck once that high speed and high charge rate really heats up the battery, and the cooling systems cannot keep up with that. So we're gonna see how long it stays at, yeah, it's 210. Wait, where is, oh, that's the time. Okay, so it doesn't have the speed here, but it does there. 211 now. So not bad, not bad. I also don't know, it looks like a rainbow, but again, this is actually white. This is actually white. I should take a, there we go. I don't know if how much power these stalls share. So if somebody else was charging next to me, would it throttle down to something? I don't know. But there's not enough Rivians right now to worry about that. So far pretty good. All right, let's take a look at the area that this one is in here. What's around here? Pretty convenient location. It's right next to the freeway, as you can see here. There's also another entry behind me. Two areas. One is a pull-through with 2 stalls, and then there's the 4 stalls back around the corner. Over on the right, towards the back, there's a Dunkin' Donuts and some convenience stores right there. So that's really convenient. Really big parking lot, which is nice for turning around. And then across the street is a gas station and some other stuff down the street. Now the pull-through area is right here. That's got 2 stalls, which is nice. And it's a little bit separate from the other area. So if you've got a trailer, you've got that option instead of blocking stuff. All right, it's been a few minutes. I've already gotten 25 kilowatt hours, and we're down to 198 kilowatts. Not too shabby. Ooh, it's cold out there. All right, so yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're at 44%. And 16 minutes left. That's pretty good, actually. Boy, I am still not seeing the charging power anywhere in the vehicle. It's only on the charger head where it says how much power you're getting. Now at 172. I suspect my battery temperature went up. And another drop. We're down to 153, so almost another 20 kilowatts down. And this is about the halfway mark. So at about 50%, at about half the battery, it starts going down a little bit. Now, actually, I don't know if it's because we're at half of the battery or because we have been charging for 10 minutes and that heat has been building up. Yeah, so that could be an interesting distinction. So in terms of first impressions here, the first thing that strikes out to me, I guess a couple things. One is 200 plus kilowatts charging is really fast. The highest I have ever charged in my Model X is 178, I think. Most of the time it'll cap out like just below 170 actually, and that feels fast to me. But so pulling up and like getting this got up to 210 kilowatts, and just while I was putzing around a little bit doing some video, like I come back and I have 25 kilowatt hours. It's just it's actually amazingly fast, how much faster. The charge visits I don't know would actually be a lot quicker in this vehicle than my Model X though, because this has a bigger battery pack. It's 135 kilowatt hours versus 100 kilowatt hours, and it uses significantly more energy, so I need to charge, I need to receive more power to go the same distance in this vehicle. So it might end up at about equivalent in the vehicles. But that is not true compared to a new Model S, a new Tesla. My Model X is a 2018. So if you have a newer one that can go up to 250, or the Model 3 and Y have gone up to 250 kilowatts charging for quite some time. Those use even less energy than a Model S or a Model X. So your required time to charge at your stop is going to be quite a bit shorter. And Rivians, I think, will improve greatly once they get the cooling down. Like even right now, we're down to 144 kilowatts and I'm at 58% battery. But that is still faster than my Model X at 58%. Usually at about 40%, I'm down below 100, and the equivalent number that I remember is that at 64%, I'm at 64 kilowatts. So I would probably be like at half the power right now on the Model X. So this is still, oh, and I just heard, now I can hear the cooling system go on. I don't know why it didn't go on faster. Maybe it actually needed to decrease for reasons other than heat. That doesn't make sense though. I'm not sure, but I know like there has been some throttling on the Rivians, and it's thought to be due to slightly underpowered cooling systems. So on the other hand, that's kind of good, because if they can beef that up, then they'll get much better charge speeds. But still, so that was the first thing that really stuck out to me, was just like how fast 200 plus charge speeds is. The other thing is, I guess before that, one, these towers are pretty big. I should get a picture next to these. And then the other thing is like just how big the CCS nozzle is. It's cold right now, it's 37 degrees and it's windy, and we've got some icy rain, and that cable gets really stiff, and they have it kind of slanted inward, I mean, it's a nice way to tuck in the cable in there, but that means that it kind of stays that way when the cable is cold. So kind of twisting that around to get it to go into the slot is it's a two-handed affair, much more so than Tesla's cords. So yeah, I can't believe CCS is, anyway. Everybody should just use Tesla's, what they call North American Charging Standard. So now's your chance, Rivian. You still can switch. You can do it. You still have time. Yeah, so I think this is it. I don't need to charge more, so and I'm not getting charged. It said when I pulled up on the charge post that it was free, so I don't know if this is just free. I don't know when it's not going to be free, I guess. My vehicle's less than a year old. I would expect it to be kind of promotional right now, but I don't know when that will change. This is the first time I've ever used fast charging on this vehicle, and I've had it for 9 months, because I don't really take it on trips, and I just garage charge. So yeah, pretty cool. Really glad to see a non-Tesla supercharger network start coming online like this, though. This is super critically important. Rivian did not really anticipate, I think, how much they were going to need this. I actually got to talk to RJ years ago, back in 2018 at an event, and they thought that in 10 years, that was in 2018, they thought in 10 years there were just going to be lots of these chargers, like third-party chargers all over the place, and that, you know, so they weren't going to need to do this, except maybe on their adventure trails and like kind of building out kind of off-road experience areas that third-party vendors wouldn't want to do. But that has not been the case. Pretty much it's been Electrify America, which has not been proving to be the most reliable in a lot of areas, and Teslas are Teslas, and Rivian is using the CCS connectors. Tesla is only now starting to open some of their chargers. That will be a much greater option now that Tesla is going to be building more and opening theirs to other vehicles, but Rivian has needed to pivot and start opening, and it's really great to see these see these hop out, especially fast ones. It's really frustrating when fast chargers get built out, but they're only like, you know, 75 kilowatts or 100 or even 150. 150 should be the minimum, and it's great to see these ones at 215. That's fairly time proofed, I think. I think they'll get faster in the future. I mean, they already are. Teslas are 250, and there's going to be even faster ones. But 215, you know, that's a good speed. That's really reasonable for a good number of years in the future. So, yeah, great to see these online. I'm gonna head back home. I didn't track what the efficiency was coming down here, how much I used per mile, but I can tell you what I used in the future on the way back home. So we were at 1.67 miles per kilowatt hour on the way back, maintaining pretty good speeds on the freeway and still wet conditions. So yeah, all right. I think this is it for this video, so thanks for watching.